Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ms. Dieguez. I'm going to be showing you guys how to work in the area of composite shapes. So for example, this one here on the left, it's a composite shape. We have different shapes that are making up this overall shape. So we want to figure out the area of the overall shape, but we can see that, well, we can break it down into different shapes. So that's exactly what I did here for you guys. You already know that this is a triangle here, another triangle, and then we have a trapezoid here. We know that the area of the trapezoid, we need base 1 and base 2. So I don't have this base over here. I can figure it out, but that's just gonna take me a little longer. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create this little line here, and I'm just gonna create this imaginary line here. And if I create that imaginary line, it creates a rectangle and a triangle down here. So the areas, the formulas that I need are going to be for a triangle and for a rectangle. So on the triangle, I went ahead and I said base times height over 2 and 1/2 base times height. It's the exact same thing, just some people prefer using this rather than this. Again, it gives you the same answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and use for the yellow triangle base times height over 2. And so base of the yellow triangle is 2 and the height is 3. So remember, base is the bottom part here, and then the height, just how tall it is. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 over 2 gives us 3. So the area of this shape is going to be 3. So I'm gonna move over to the green triangle, and for that one, I'm gonna use this other one. Again, it is the same, there's no difference. Just I'm showing you this to make sure that you know how to work both of them out, okay? So 1/2 times base, the base of the green triangle is 7 times height, which is 3, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply 1/2 times 7. So I can just multiply 1 times 7 and then divide by 2. I could even say 1 times 7 times 3 and then divide it by 2, okay? It's the same thing. But just to keep it simple, I'm just gonna do 1 times 7, which is 7, and then divided by 2. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5, and then of course we have times height, which is 3. 3.5 times 3 gives us 10.5, meaning that the area of this green triangle is going to be 10.5. So then I go ahead and I draw that imaginary line that I was talking about at the beginning. And I do know that this is 2 and this is 7, so that helps me figure out that this is 9. Okay, and I know this is 3, which means this is 3 as well over here. Okay, so for the area of that rectangle there that I see, the blue rectangle, is going to be base times height. The base is 9 and the height is 3, which 9 times 3 gives me 27. And so this shape here represents the area of 27. Then lastly, I move over to the next triangle, and for that I have to figure out that this is 5 here, okay? Now, how do you figure that out? You know that this whole length here is 8 altogether. And well, we said the height here is 3, meaning that this is 3 as well. So I know that the 3 here and whatever this measure is need to add up to 8. So 3 plus 5 is 8. That's how I was able to figure out that that was 5. So my area formula, base times height over 2, I know base is 9, okay? And the height is 5. And then of course, 9 times 5 is 45. Formula tells us to divide by 2. So then 45 over 2 gives us 22.5, which means this triangle here has an area of 22.5. Lastly, because we're not done yet, we have a bunch of different areas all over. but we want to figure out the area of the overall shape, which means that at the end, you want to add all of your answers. Okay, so 3 plus 10.5 plus 27 plus 22.5 gives us 63 units. And of course, since it's area squared. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the section for the homework, or send me a text message or an email. Have a good day.